I am the real credit princess. If you have Instagram, follow me. If you do not have Instagram, go create one so you can follow me. On my Instagram page, I will be giving away a lot of free hacks, tips, tutorials over how to fix your credit yourself. I will give you all the information for free because I really feel like if we all have good credit, we take away the negotiation with the banks and the dealerships, which is what I'm getting ready to go into. But after you hear this story, you will understand why I want to give away all the information for everyone to know to fix their credit. And if your credit is fixed or probably better than my credit, to understand that you have so much negotiation power and you don't even know it. So that's why I want you guys to stick around, give me your undivided attention, and listen to my story and learn from it. Now we're gonna go ahead and get started, and let me tell you what my experience was from start to finish and why you should just be patient along your car buying process. So I found a car that I liked. I went to the dealership. I applied for the car. They offered me an 8%. They did not want to give me the percent initially. They wait until the end of the deal to offer me the percent, and I was like, absolutely not. I know my credit. I know what I can get, and I do not want 8%. And so if I have to get 8%, I don't want the vehicle. You could have eliminated all this time if you would have told me the interest rate in the beginning. So listen, it's very important that when you're car buying or you're shopping for a car, make sure that when you're sitting down and you're having a conversation about what your payment is going to be, always ask them, what is the APR? What is the interest rate? You'll understand why that's important along the video. Okay, so we're going to talk about what is an APR. Let's say you buy something for $10, you finance it for a higher percent, you're going to pay back more on that $10 versus someone that have good credit. Okay? Good example. All of that money goes to interest. So if you keep up with your credit, if you follow my guidelines, I am actually going to be putting out a do-it-yourself kit very soon, guys. I'm so excited about it. I didn't want to share it with anyone, but it will be dropping very soon. I have been working so hard on this, and I hope this is very helpful for you guys. So be on the lookout, but it will be a kit out there that's showing you how to repair your credit yourself. So we've talked about the APR. We talked about how much money you're going to be spending more versus a person with good credit. We understand the APR. All right, so I come back and I finally get a chance I decide to go with the credit union. And the credit union, we get on the phone, we have a conversation, and he's talking to me, and I'm like, yeah, this is what I want, and this is what you're going to give me. And he started laughing and he said to me, what do you mean this is what I'm going to give you? I'm like, because I want a 3%. I know I can't get 0% because it's not brand new, but I would like to get a 3%. Like, I'm over here telling this man, I have collections on my credit report. I have over $10,000 worth of charge-offs. So it's so funny that I am so demanding of all these great deals when I have all this on my credit report. So that's what this video is about. It's about, yes, you can negotiate with collections on your credit report. Dealerships will work with you and they'll say, you know what, go ahead. If you can get something better, we'll meet you in the middle. I like those type of dealerships. Unfortunately, right now, for buying a vehicle, they know that they have the upper hand, so they don't have to do that. So you kind of you either go with their punches or you go somewhere else, and that's just what it is at this point in the car buying process. But that's fine. I recommend 100% that people start to get their funding before they go to the dealership. One of the reasons why I say getting your funding before you go to the dealership, number one, it is such a headache reliever. Ready to make your purchase, I truly highly recommend that you reach out to credit unions, get your funding before you go to the dealership. I was able to get funding over the phone. I was able to get 3% interest. Yes, 3% interest, zero down on my used vehicle, and no dealership in Houston was able to beat that deal. Even one guy walked up to me and was like, "Can you just tell me what your deal was?" And I was like, "You can't beat it, so it's no purpose, because I know you guys are not going to beat it." It was the Honda dealership. They wasn't going to beat me out of 3%, no money out of pocket. The best deal I got was an 8%, $1,000 down. No way. So the situation is like this. You have me and my email, which is my form of payment, and my good credit. And then you have person B that has a lower credit score than me, that have to put up a $2,000 down payment, will probably have a 24-25% interest rate. So their car note is going to be doubled for the same car. They don't want to sell it to me. They would rather sell it to the person with the bad credit. So if you get your credit repaired and you have good credit, you take away their power. Then if you have more people like me, they can't take money from you, because their purpose is just to take the money from you. That's all they wanted, is your money. Because if they really wanted to sell a car, they would have sold it to me. They wouldn't have kept the car on the lot for weeks at a time to get this person approved. They would rather leave the car on the lot for someone with bad credit than sell the car to a person like me with good credit, because that's just what the banks do. All right, so now we're getting to the conclusion of my story. I know it has been fun. It's been great. Thank you guys for hanging out with me this long. I love to share all of my stories because they are very amazing. So anyway, I get to the dealership and I'm like, okay, hey, I'm here. I'm ready to get the car. I already have funding. I've already told him that the car is already pretty much funded because I've already got my approval. I get there and I'm like, okay, well, what's going on? And they're like, oh, well, we're not able to sell you the car. And I'm like, well, what do you mean you're not able to sell me the car? I told you I live 1 hour away, so that's a 2-hour drive. Why would you have me come here knowing that the car is not available? Well, the thing is, I end up finding out, because I stuck around and I just wanted to know what was the reason and the purpose of all of this miscommunication, and why did this happen to me? But long story short, because of my situation, the dealership wouldn't be able to make as much of a profit, because me, I come in with my own funding and I get the car. It's not really a win for them. The other person who they're trying to sell the car to, because by the way, they didn't sell me the car, they kept the car on the lot because they wanted to sell the car to the person with the 524 credit score versus my credit, because this person, they're going to be able to get a $2,000 down payment. They're going to have to charge them 24% interest rate because of their credit, and they're going to be able to get a higher car note out of them. So everything will be financed through Honda. Okay, so now I'm walking into the dealership. I have my pre-approval in my hand, so I have my own funding. I'm not needing to sit with finance and waste time over trying to sell me warranties, gap and just all the extras. I don't have to deal with that at that moment, because I literally walked into the dealership. I have an email, and all I do is present the email to the finance manager, and then they present a purchase order and the car is paid for. They don't like that. I didn't know that they didn't like that until I did it and I saw the difference in car buying. I don't know if anyone has ever done that before, but if you do it, you definitely will be treated differently when you walk in with your own funding versus allowing them the opportunity to provide funding for you. So my take on everything is if you can't do it, someone else will. And they actually did. Think about it, guys. You are in control. Don't let anyone take away your power. You are in control. There are over 1 million banks. So just because the banks at that dealership won't work with you doesn't mean that you can't get your car and you can just go somewhere else. So just always remember, no matter what the circumstances are, even if you have collections, repossessions, bankruptcies, you still have negotiation power. They may tell you, well, here are some reasons that, we cannot move forward. Here's what they're trying to do. They basically go and they pull your credit and they see all the derogatory things on there. And they only focus on the derogatory items to use that as a key factor in trying to negotiate your interest rate. Well, that doesn't work for me because I am the real credit princess. And I don't care if I have 15 collections on my credit report, I'm still going to get the best deal because I know my buying power. I know what I can get away with, I know what I can't. So they're going to try to use, let's say you owe a medical bill to someone or you have a Sprint bill, which have nothing to do with nothing. They'll say, well, this is the reason, and I know better. So I say all of that to say, just know that you do have power, even if you have collections in your credit report. So if you go in a dealership and they tell you that they cannot negotiate with you because you have collections in your credit report, then guess what? That is not the dealership for you, my friend, okay? That is not the dealership for you. It's been fun. It's been great. Don't forget to subscribe and help me create. That was so dope and so authentic. Thank you guys again for staying and enjoying me, and I enjoy you. And share, like, subscribe. Bye-bye for now.